Hi, everybody. I am so excited to be live with you. We are going to open this kit. Let me just put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Oh. There we are. Okay. All right. I think that's working. Let's jump over and make sure everything is working over at let's see. Okay. So it looks like we're live. That's great. Okay. I'm still here. I'm just trying to make sure everything's working right. Okay. And let's jump over to YouTube, make sure that's working. Oh, that's not what I want. So many buttons to push. All right. I think we are good. I just want to double check the volume. Okay, there we go. All right, so it looks like we're on Facebook. I see people jumping on saying hello. It's great to see you guys there. It's working over. And then we also have Facebook up and running. So this is wonderful. I'm glad it's all working out. Thanks for being a little bit patient with me. I just noticed what time it was. I should have probably have set a alarm of some sort. So good to see everybody. We've got Debbie and Bling Bling Crafter. Denise is here. She said, I finally made it to a live. I'm so excited to have you join us, Denise. And she said, sound is great. Perfect. All right. So we are making or unboxing a little bit late, but still in October. So I feel good about that. Oh, happy Halloween to everybody. We've got the Cozy Christmas paper pumpkin kit. It did arrive about, I don't know, mid-October. And I've been finishing up my September's paper pumpkin alternatives. And so we are now ready to move on to October. And I did open it up. I had to make some cards for a little group that I'm in. And so I have opened it and looked at it and used a couple things, but we're still going to pretend that we're unboxing it. So if you are new to Paper Pumpkin, I'll include some links after the live is over in the description. So if you're watching the replay, those links should already be there. Every month, you're going to get a fun crafting kit. And most of the time they're cards. I do know that next month are some like gift boxes and tags and stuff. And so it's going to be a really fun one. They're normally a little bit of a surprise. They do a little sneak peek and tell you what's inside, but the actual projects are not revealed until after the kit has shipped. And you do need to subscribe. It's a subscription kit. And the information, again, will be below, as well as a link to subscribe with me as your demonstrator, which I give great perks to those who are my subscribers. So it's definitely a fun thing that we have fun together, me and my subscribers. So every kit includes a ink spot. So this color is the pecan pie. And then you also get a stamp set, and we'll see what it looks like in a minute. They include a little printed piece of paper in here that you can use to store it. So, and then your very first kit is going to include a clear block, and it's going to look like this. It's a nice thin clear block, perfect for traveling and such. And then you'll get this package with everything you need to make the projects. So for this month, there are 3 cards, and you get enough supplies to make 3 of each. And what I like to do is take the contents and create alternative cards. So today we're going to make one of the original cards, and then I will use the one set of supplies to make alternatives. And we usually make more than the intended. So last month, I think I made 5 or 6 alternatives. Sometimes I've been able to make up to 8. And so we have a lot of fun on my channel. So if you are new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe because you don't want to miss out on seeing the fun things that we do, or I do, with this kit. So here is that paper that I talked about. I like to store these in a little clear envelope with the paper. So this is what the stamp set includes. We've got lots of greetings. We have Merry Christmas, Joy to the World, Deck the Halls, and Joy. And then we have a star image, as well as kind of some snowflakes. That's what I'm going to call those. Or they look like little twinkling lights. But I think just for the ease, this will be star, this will be snowflake when we're talking about those images. Again, here are your 3 cards. This is the instruction sheet, so you don't want to throw it away. We'll go through how to understand this today while we're making our projects. Here's a visual list of everything that should be in your kit. So if you think maybe you're missing something, you can come back and compare it to what's here in the picture. It also tells us the coordinating colors down here at the bottom. We have basic beige, cherry cobbler, garden green, pecan pie, and real red. And sometimes you got to pull out your magnifying glass to see some of these little tiny prints that they include. Here is a little advertisement, you could say, about the coordinating dies. And you guys, these dies are amazing. You do not want to miss out on them. I have been using them to create some of my alternative things that I need to do for my group, and I'm for sure going to be using them for our alternatives this week. So if you don't have them, they're very reasonably priced. I think it's about $12 for, I think this one has 6 dies. You do need to have some sort of cutting machine. So Stampin' Up! Has both the regular size, which is just called the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and they also have a mini, and the mini would work with these small dies. So if your only product that you get from Stampin' Up! Is Paper Pumpkin, and you want to get the dies, then I probably would recommend the mini because it's cheaper and smaller, and you don't have to have a lot of space for it. But anyway, love, love, love these dies. Just have to say. All right, let's go ahead and get into the kit. Now that we've got more people joining us. Hello, Tina. It's great to see you. So we do get some sequins. These look kind of like a real red color in both large and small. This pack also includes our dimensionals and some glue dots to adhere the cards together, and tear and tape. Love tear and tape. We have some envelopes, and you should have 9 so that you get 1 for each card. I love that they're printed, especially with 2 different prints. We've got this brown pecan pie color with that snowflake design, and then a textured kind of basic beige. It's like a warm, light brown color. Okay, so love texture card or printed card. Oh my goodness, I love printed envelopes, so we can make some fun alternatives with those. I do like to cut them up. We have 3 card bases of this red, And it looks like there is kind of a texture or a print on this. Is that coming through on the video? It kind of feels like, I can't really tell, maybe they're dots or something on that printed. There we go. I can see it better on the video than I can in person. But yeah, so that's really fun that there's a slight texture print to it. Then we have a green, and this kind of has like a little tree geometric pattern. This green is garden green. So we have a light and a dark version tone of that garden green card base. And there's 3 of those. Those will be fun to cut up. And then I think this kit's going to have a ton of die cuts. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop some out so that we can see them. This is a Joy die cut, and it does have this really fun felting. I don't really know what to call it. Oh, velvet kind of felt on it. It has texture. So it's not just printed, it's got a little bit of a velvet feeling to it. So that's pretty. This is like a background, I think, because it doesn't have, there's nothing, like no details to it. I think it's a background piece. And you should have 2 sheets of these with 2 on each. So that's a total of 4. And then we have some die cuts. I think these are for our greetings. This will give us a little label. My guess is Merry Christmas is stamped on that. And then we have this rectangle with a little border. Hi, Jane. Hi, Connie. Good to see you guys. We have that pecan pie kind of snowflake pattern that matches the envelope. I'm going to keep one of those. And I've got 3 of those in total. And then we have a texture that also matches that envelope and should have 3 of those. We have a little darker version of that with a little ticket corner, and I have 3. We have some more die cuts. This one is an ornament, and again, it's got a little bit of that velvet felting on it. Just be careful with this. This is very, very delicate when you pop it out, and there's a star that also has that velvet right there in the center. So all 3. Then we have more card bases. This is that darker texture. I'm going to keep one off to the side. I should grab one of each of the other colors as well. Okay. All right, so it looks like I'm going to need 1 whole die cut for this, like of sheets of die cuts here. Okay, so I'm going to put that off to the side. And then I have 2 more of those. So I'll pull those off. This green is also that velvety texture. And then we have some holly sprig die cut. It's kind of interesting. And then we have some letters. My guess is there's joy. They spell out joy, and we put them on the back or in the front of that back piece. So I'm just going to get 1 of each letter, and that's our kit. So really excited to put this kit together. So now that I have all my pieces, let's go ahead and take a look at how we put these cards. So we're going to start with whatever one they actually have first, which looks like is our Christmas tree. So that's this middle one here. So that we're going to need our red card base. I'm just going to actually separate them all. I don't usually do this, but it might just be easiest because I've got a little bit of a mess going on. So for card number 1, we need to have these layers. This is like a Christmas tree that it gets layered together. Really fun idea here. 3 layers. And then looks like this ornament goes to card number 3. So I'm going to put that with my green. These go with card number 2. Maybe they make like a little wreath or something. Okay. Joy goes to card number 2. This little holly branch goes with our green base. Here's our joy background. And Merry Christmas here, this rectangle here. A couple more things. The ornament, I know this might be chaos, but it's just how we're going to organize it. This goes with this one. This one goes here. This one here. Star here. Okay. Just put these off to the side. Then we'll still go over what everyone needs. So starting at the front, red card base. This is the ticket edge. You can see that little edging there in the corner. Kind of a basic beige color. We have our star. We're going to need our sequins. We have our 3 layers of our Christmas tree and the greeting for Merry Christmas. We're going to need our stamp and our tear and tape, as well as glue dots and dimensionals. Okay. And we're going to stamp with Merry Christmas in that pecan pie. So grab that clear block. So you do get a clear block in your first kit, and you just want to hold on to it so that you can use it in your next kits that you're going to get. And I've got some scratch paper here just to test my ink. Where did I put that? Here it was. Okay. To use the Stampin' Spot, I like to just break the seal right in the front between the top and the bottom. And then I'm just going to ink it up. Looks like it's got a little bit of bubbles happening. Okay. So do you see how it's kind of bubbly? I am going to do a couple things to kind of help that. I am going to clean first my stamp. I don't know where my cleaning thing is. Oh, I do. I remember. Okay, so this is the Simply Chamois. I love it. It's just a really easy way to clean your stamps. It doesn't leave any residue. Make sure that it's got all the ink off. And then this is Versamark. It is a sticky ink. This is my preferred way. I know there's lots of different ways, but this is the one I like to keep the ink in place so that I get a crisper image. Hi, Lisa. She says she's so excited for Monday. I am too. I'm teaching a fun class. What is it? They're like kind of autumn, fall themed cards. It's going to be fun. Okay, so you can already see that the ink is sitting clean, like more, it's just staying in place better, and you're going to get a crisper image compared to without it. And what's probably happening is there's probably just a little bit of residue from the manufacturing process. And I'm just going to add a little more Versamark ink. So I'm just going to clean off the top layer of that pecan pie. There. I think we should be good. And we're just going to stamp this on our label. And I'm going to use the red cardstock just so that I can see the white outline, the outline of my white label. All right, nicely inked up, and then I can just line it up and stamp. Hopefully that's in the right place. They always give us an extra just in case we need it when we're stamping, which is super nice. So that's all done. That was step number 1 here. So you're going to stamp your greeting in the ink on the label. Then we're going to use tear and tape on the back of our large rectangle. Janice, so glad you're here. She also is excited for the class on Monday. Me too, it's going to be fun. So they've got 3 strips going down. You can do that. You could do 2, whatever you want to do here. I'm just going to do 2. And it's going to go in the middle of our card base. I like to use a bone folder when I'm folding my cardstock. It's going to go right there in the middle. Just like that. I love contrast. So that dark red and that light rectangle, they look so good together. All right, let's take a moment to look at step 2. It's showing us how to add adhesive to the tree pieces. So it looks like we add glue dots, which are the small solid circles at the top, and then we add dimensionals at the bottom. And they're shown with like a small hexagon shape. Okay. And we do that for all 3 layers. So my little fingers have a hard time sometimes with these glue dots. So I like to use my take a pick tool. Okay, I'm gonna add one more just to the top of that large one. And then we have our dimensionals. If you like to save dimensionals, you can cut these in half if you want. So you don't have, you're not using a full one, but you don't have to. You can definitely keep them. They do show one here in the middle, just like that. Or they show 2, but I'm just going to do 1. Okay. All right, let's start with the big one first. That's why I think it's at the top of the, here I'll show you the instructions. So the instructions show the top, then the middle, and then, I'm sorry, they show the bottom at the top, then the middle, then the top at the bottom. And I think we're supposed to put them down in that order. So just remove the paper backing. Have you guys looked at your kits yet? Opened them up, maybe made the cards? I don't know how close it is supposed to be. They have theirs a little closer, but I like a little more weight at the bottom, but I guess we have to add the star. Maybe I should have put it down a little lower. Come on. Gently pick that up. Okay, I'm going to go a little lower, maybe closer to that base. Okay, and then that top, push down, make sure to push down on that top so that it adheres to the card base, because remember you have those glue dots there. Denise says she has not yet opened up her kit. That's okay. That makes me feel like I'm not too far behind. Rosina said, made the cards but waiting for alternatives. They're the best. Oh, thank you. All right, so then I'm going to add my next layer, just trying to keep it all straight. Very cute. I like the depth here. You don't really see that in the picture, but in person, it's very, very cute. And the texture is awesome. And then this one. Oh, there's plenty of room. Okay, and then for the star, we do add a dimensional, just one, right in the center. Just, it should barely fit. If you feel like you need to cut it, you can cut it too. Or if you have some minis left over from a previous kit. Oh, that worked perfectly. Okay, so I like that it's still inside there. example has it coming out. So I am happy that I brought it down a little lower and kind of squished the layers together to give me enough space up there. For the greeting, we are going to add, if you flip it over, it looks like we need a dimensional in this little corner here under the S of Christmas, and then the rest gets some tear and tape. Oh, thank you guys. Lisa says, I couldn't agree more, Rosina. She's such an amazing designer. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. So this gets put to the right side, kind of over that middle section. Just trying to decide where to put it. I don't love that it's covering up so much of that tree. It's so cute. But I get it. Sometimes you do have to cover up stuff. And then we're going to add some of the sequins. They've got 3 on the card. I'm going to kind of tuck a large one behind the top of the Y, add a small one up high, and then maybe another large one down by the C. Hopefully that sticks to the velvet. Okay, doesn't pop off. Very, very cute. And that card's done. I love how simple Paper Pumpkin is, how the kits are simple to make. And then if you want, you can follow me or other demonstrators to find like stepped up versions of the cards. Lots of people do alternatives. So there's card number 1. So cute. Let's go on to card number 2. I think I'll try to do a better job of showing you the instructions this time. So for card number 2, we need, it is the, oh my goodness, we're all upside down. It is the tan card base. So we'll need the tan card base. We have the pecan pie snowflake pattern, the background for joy, the 2 wreaths, as well as the letters joy, and then joy to the, we need the to the world for our stamp. So let's pull that out, pick it up. And I'm just going to go ahead and verse mark it. Usually if there's problems with one, you can, most likely will be issues with the others. So just makes it simpler. Okay, so we're going to stamp to the world on the joy down in the bottom. And we're stamping that in pecan pie. Now that makes me nervous. That's why they gave us 4, is so that we can have 1 mistake. Okay. So joy to the world. I don't know how low this needs to go. We're just going to give it a try. I put it pretty close to the bottom. Just like I said, I'm not sure how much space we're going to have. So the stamping for that is done. Our next step is to add the tear and tape to the back of the pecan pie piece. Nan, you're funny. She says, what? There are other demonstrators? Not for my paper pumpkin kits. Oh, you're so sweet. There are some really good designers out there. I've seen some cute ones. Okay, let's go ahead and add that to our card base. This is a horizontal card, so it's going to look something like this. Then we are going to add, okay. I'm not really sure. Okay, I see. So we are going to take, let's start with this. This is my interpretation of their, um, this is my interpretation of what they want us to do. I'm going to take a glue dot in the center of these little wreath things. And so the glue is in the center here. They don't have that on the instructions. They have it somewhere else, but. And then I'm going to take this and put it behind the joy. Right about there. Okay. Jody says, I subscribe to Paper Pumpkin just because of your extra versions. Oh, I'm so glad that you like them and that it encouraged you to get the kit. I love Paper Pumpkin. Nan says, does anyone else have the song Joy to the World playing in your head right now? I don't, but now I will. I love that song. Okay, I am getting excited for Christmas with the cold weather. This week has been definitely colder in Colorado. And then this one I'm going to add, I think they're this, oh, they're not the same. Okay, they are not the same, they are different. So the one with the 3, I put up in the left, which is the same as what they have. And then the one with the 4, I'm putting in the right, and it looks like it's supposed to kind of come out of the Y. So I'm going to just kind of move things around until these little arrows are pointing towards my Y, and I see the base of that one, just like that. Okay, so that's how I did it. Then on the back here, we're going to add our dimensionals. And they use a lot of dimensionals. And so you can too if you want. I'm a minimalist when it comes to my adhesive. And I think that's probably good. You could add some to the leaves if you want. Okay. Make sure your card's going the right way. It's opening at the bottom. And then we just pop this right in the center. So hopefully it's straight on there. Then they are using tear and tape for their letters. And you definitely can. I'm just going to use my liquid glue because I know I'm going to need to kind of move them around once they're there. And I like to have that option. Okay, the O is slightly slanted. Okay, so put that there. I'm going to put my Y, a little dot of glue up in the corner to hold that piece in place. Okay, so you do have more space to stamp the to the world. So I should have brought it up just a little bit. And maybe what I should have done is put my red joy on first and then stamped, because then I would have known how much space I have between the edge of those. Okay, that's very cute. Joy to the world. Okay, for the sequins, they are saying you need 5. They're going to add, it looks like 1 to the center of the flowers and then 3 around the greeting. I am going to do the 2 big ones for my flowers. I think maybe they put the small ones there. I don't know. I'm going to put the big ones. And then I'm going to do the small ones around. 1, 2, maybe I'll do one more big one. Up there. Okay. And my card's done. Another quick, really cute card. I'm going to have some fun with these alternatives, I think. The pieces are very cute. Okay, for our last card, we're going to use the green card base. Oh, upside down again. So green card base, more of the white rectangle with a little bit of texture. We have our ornament, both the back and the front. And then this little holly sprig. Now I understand. When I first saw this, I was like, what is this? But it goes to our ornament. So I totally get it now. And then we also have our greeting label. So let's find the instructions for card 3. Yes, Sue and Denise, they both love that one. So pretty. I agree. So we're going to start by stamping Deck the Halls onto the rectangle here, pulling in my Versamark. Just go ahead and use that. I don't use it every time, but I do like to use it often. Ink it up. And then stamp it in the center of that label. And then let's go ahead and start adding stuff. Okay, for the card base, we could flip it over and have the little things go down, kind of like they do on the tree. I'm just going to see if I can find. Yeah, I think that's how they have it in the picture. Or you could flip it over and have them go up, kind of like it's a light. I'm going to keep it going down. So if you look, it's kind of a triangle, and that top of the triangle is at the top instead of the bottom. I'm going to add my rectangle with the tear and tape. It's nice when the steps are very similar from one card to the other. And it goes in the center. Again, it's so hard to like cover up such a beautiful pattern, but I understand why. Then we have our ornament. I'm going to use my liquid glue again, just a little bit in the center and a couple touches on the sides. They have tear and tape, and glue dots. But I'm going to use it. Okay, I get it. So I think this is very symmetrical, so I don't think it matters which side is on top and which side is on the bottom, except for the piece underneath. There is definitely like a right side. So I'm going to just slide it over just a little bit so that I don't have a gap at the top. Turn it over and just make sure that adhesive is on there nice and strong so it doesn't come off. So it looks something like that. It's not perfect, but I think it's good. Then this gets popped up with dimensionals. Super cute. So this with the 3 stars at the top, in a curve, is at the top. And I think I'm going to put this down first. This also has dimensionals behind it. So this goes at the, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna put a little glue dot at the top because I don't want it to get stuck when I'm putting it into an envelope. So just at the very top there, I'm gonna put a glue dot. Then I'm gonna take off the backing, and you see how the glue is coming off the edge. I'm just gonna fold it back on itself. Okay, so there should be no adhesive showing on the edge. It should just be behind. And this should go not in the center. It should go off just a little bit. And I can change it if I need to, because I haven't put it on very, what is the right word? Okay. If you put the dimensional there, you can't stick it underneath it. So I would suggest putting the dimensional under one of the leaves. So I'm going to move it. Maybe that top leaf, because then you can tuck it under. Maybe put this on, well, whatever. Let's try it again. Put that near the top, put that going straight down, the dimensionals under the leaf, and now my ornament stuck to my table. There we go. Now I can tuck it. Do you see how I can tuck it under there with no problem? It's a little too far off, so I'm just going to move it over and then reposition. The reason I did this first is because I didn't know how close to put it on the top. It's tricky. So I want that up at the top. There. Okay. All right. I don't know. Did that make sense? Sometimes I just get in my head a little bit. We're going to do our greeting. We're going to put the dimensional under the left side, so where the D is. Oh, too close to the edge there. And then you can put a glue dot on the other side, or some tear and tape, or liquid glue, whatever you want. This is going to go up. I'm going to tuck it underneath that just a little bit. Actually, maybe not. Yes, I will. Okay. Super cute. And some sequins. And then I think that's it. Very quick, easy card. Put 2 up there. And let's do another big one down there on the left. Oh, that lost its adhesive. Let's pull the adhesive off. Oh no, it flicked off somewhere. Oh, there, I see it. That's amazing that I saw that. Okay. Try that again. There. Okay, all done. Super fun, beautiful, beautiful card. Okay, so those are the original cards from the October kit, and I'm going to start designing some fun alternatives sometime next week, and we'll be able to get those out to you guys as soon as I can. Thank you so much for your patience as I'm still catching up from the summer. But I'm excited to play around with these and share what I come up with you. And don't forget to subscribe to YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and press that subscribe button so you can see what I'm going to come up with this kit. And we'll see you guys again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.